Hello viewers, I am Tarang Kumar Boonwal, Assistant Professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. The following video is prepared as per the syllabus and course outline of Maharshi Dayanand University. However, are mostly general topics which cover the working and theoretical aspects of civil engineering. For better understanding and conceptualizing clearly, please do not skip the video and watch till end. We will be discussing about related important questions, feasibility and applications. Let's start the video. Hello everyone, hello students, welcome back to the channel. In this session, we'll be studying the subject Design of Concrete Structures first, which is in 4th semester of Maharshi Dayanand University. And the topic of discussion would be design of singly reinforced rectangular beam section using using limit state method, and about assumptions of limit state method and all considerations and parameters we have discussed in the previous lecture. You can go to that lecture for more discussion. So we'll start with the session now. As you can see, it is the beam section with width B and effective depth small d, and this represents area of steel under tension. So this is our assumed neutral axis. This is overall depth of neutral axis, and this is at 0.002, the value is x2, and the remnant value, that is x minus x2, is x1, and this is 0.0035, and strain at bottom is 0.087 Fy upon Es plus 0.002. And for stress profile, it is 0.87 Fy here. Tension acts this way and compression acts this way. This is Z, that is lever arm, and this is 0.446 FCK. Where X is depth of neutral axis, this much, B is breadth of section, D is effective depth of section, and Z is lever arm, as we discussed. So the resultant force of compression would be given by average stress multiplied by area. So average stress is 0.36 FCK, and the area is B multiplied by X. So this is B and this one is X. So for concrete, it is B into X, and which is 0 multiplied by 0.36 FCK. And resultant forces in tension is given by average stress multiplied by area. So which is 0.87 Fy multiplied by AST. For equilibrium, force of compression should be equal to force of tension. So 0.36 FCK Bx is equal to 0.87 Fy AST, which gives the value of X, that is neutral axis, as this expression 0.87 Fy upon AST, this whole divided by 0.36 FCK B. So the distance between lines of actions of the two forces C and T is called lever arm and is denoted by Z. So this is the distance between line of action of two forces, that is compression and tension. तो कंप्रेशन और टेंशन के बीच में जो भी लाइन ऑफ एक्शन के बीच का जो डिफरेंस होता है, जो डिस्टेंस होता है, वो ही Z है, यानी कि लेवर आर्म. और Z का जो फॉर्मूला है वो डिनोटेड है इससे, Z इज इक्वल्स टू D माइनस 0.42x. तो यहाँ से हमारा Z निकल जाएगा. अगर हम x में जो पिछली इक्वेशन से x का एक्सप्रेशन था 0.87 Fy अपॉन इंटू AST अपॉन 0.36 FCK B, ये हम यहाँ पे पुट कर देते हैं। तो जो z की वैल्यू है इन टर्म्स ऑफ एफ बाई ए एस टी एंड एफ सी के हमें ये मिल जाती है, विच मीन्स z इज इक्वल टू d minus f by ast, and f by ast is divided by 0.36 fck b. And when this expression is multiplied by this, they both get multiplied and cancelled out, and the final result is d minus f by ast upon fck b. This also gets cancelled. So next is moment of resistance. Moment of resistance with respect to concrete is given by compression force multiplied by lever arm. So which is again 0.36 fck into b into z. Z is lever arm. And with respect to tension, the moment of resistance is given by 0.87 f by ast into z. Note it here, it is bxz, because this expression 0.36 fck bx is taken from the previous equation on the previous page. Now, the maximum depth of neutral axis. So it is given by using the properties of similar triangle. Xn upon d minus xm, which you can see here. So this whole is xm and this is d minus xm. If this is, oh sorry, this is, if this is d, this is x, and if it is xm, that is maximum depth of neutral axis, then the leftover portion, that is this, is d minus xm. So xm upon d minus xm, this upon this is equal to this upon this expression, for as per the similar properties of similar triangles. So we reach this, we can conclude this expression from this equation, which is xm upon d is equal to 0.0035 upon 0.87 fy divided by es and plus 0.0055. The value of xm for yield stress, for different yield stresses of steel, is given in IS code. For example, for Fe250 it is 0.53 d, for Fe415 it is 0.48 d. So you can check and see the values from codes. Next is limiting value of tension steel and moment of resistance, or ultimate moment of resistance. So limiting moment with respect to concrete, mlim with respect to concrete. So it is given by 0.36 fck bxm again multiplied by z. So z is d minus 0.42 xm. So it is 0.42 xm from here, this formula. So putting the value here, and for limiting moment with respect to steel, we get 0.87 fy ast d minus xm. For steel, it is just d minus xm. So these were the calculation of moments. Now, calculation of moment of resistance for different cases. In first case, we have under reinforced section where the value of x is less than xm. That is, actual neutral axis is less than critical neutral axis, which is under reinforced section. So it is given by the formula mu is equal to 0.87 FY/AST, and this whole expression is multiplied by d minus FY/AST upon FCKB. Remember, this is for under reinforced section. So students, you can pause the video and note down the formulas and learn them. For balance section, ultimate moment mu is given by 0.87 FY/AST, and this is multiplied by z, and z is d minus 0.42 xm. The same expression that we saw on the previous page. Next is for over reinforced section. When x is greater than xm, so mu is given by 0.36 FCKB xm d minus 0.42 xm. Remember, you can see for under reinforced and balance section, yield stress of steel comes into play, while for over reinforced section, the characteristic strength of concrete comes into play. That is, for over reinforced section, we use concrete, stress in concrete, forces acting on concrete, and for balance section or under reinforced section, we use yield stress of steel. So we'll move to a numerical question. And the question is, determine moment of resistance for the section shown in this figure, where FCK, that is grade of concrete, is 20 Newton per mm square, and grade of steel is Fe415. So small b is given as 250, effective depth, that is small d, is given as 310, and the cover is given as 40 mm, and 3 number bars of 12 mm dia are given. So we'll move to the solution and we'll write down the given data, where B is 250 mm, D is 310 mm, and cover is given to be 40 mm. So finding the force of compression in concrete, and we are well aware of this formula now. It is 0.36 FCK BX. Minded students, the value small b is to be provided here because of the formula. So this is 0.36 FCK BX. So C is given by 0.36, FCK is 20, small b is 250, and X value we do not know. Neutral axis depth we do not know. So C comes in terms of X, which is 1800 X Newton. Now coming to the area of steel, which is given as 3 into pi by 4 into d square. So it comes out to be 339.3 mm square. Next is force of tension in steel. So again, we are aware of this formula, which is given by 0.87 F/AST. So 0.87, and Fy for Fe415 is 415, and AST we have just found out, which comes out to be 339.3. So it gives force of tension in steel as 122,504.3 Newton. And since we discussed it in the analysis part that for equilibrium, compression force should be equal to tensile force. So equating C and T, as you can see here. So 1800x is equal to 122,504.3. So it gives the value of x as 68.05 mm. So it means that our neutral axis lies as 68.025 mm. Now the maximum depth of neutral axis xm. And for Fe 415 steel, the value of xm is 0.48 d. So putting the values here, 0.48 multiplied by small d is 310 effective depth. It is given in the question. And the value of xm comes out to be 148.8 mm. And 148.8 is greater than 68 mm. So the depth of neutral axis will be taken as 68 mm. Now next step is to find depth of lever arm. And lever arm is found using the formula d minus 0.42x, which we also learned in the previous page. So the value of d is given as 310 minus 0.42 multiplied by 68, which we have just found out here. So the value comes out, the value of z, that is lever arm, comes out to be 281 mm. Now we have found out that the value of x is less than xm. This means it is an under reinforced beam and moment of resistance is governed by steel, which we discussed in the formula, that in case of balanced section and in case of under reinforced section, the moment of resistance is governed by steel, but in case of over reinforced section, the moment of resistance is governed by characteristic strength of concrete. Now our job is to find the ultimate moment, which is moment of resistance, and because it is governed by steel, so we'll use moment of resistance for steel as per the formula. So it is given by T multiplied by Z, and it comes out to be 0.87 F by AST. This is the value of T, and Z will put the value from here, 281 mm. Putting all the values here, 0.87, Fy is 415, AST we have found out to be 339.3 mm square, and the value of Z came out to be 281 mm. So the ultimate moment that we find is this value, 34.4 kilonewton meter. So this way we can find moment of resistance or ultimate moment for the type of section that we have. First we have to find out the type of section, if it is balanced, under reinforced or over reinforced. Then depending upon the governing criteria, we'll use the formula, put in the values and arrive to the value of ultimate moment. So students, now we'll move to the design part. It was about moment of resistance. Now we'll move to design of beam, rectangular beam. So the question could be like this: design a rectangular beam to resist bond bending moment equal to 45 kilonewton meter and using mild steel and M15 grade of concrete. The beam will be designed. Now we'll move to the solution. So that due to applied moment, both materials reach their maximum stresses. तो हमें बीम इस तरीके से डिजाइन करनी होती है कि अब जो दोनों मटेरियल्स हैं, यानी कि कंक्रीट भी और स्टील भी दोनों अपनी अल्टीमेट स्ट्रेंथ को यूटिलाइज कर सकें, दोनों अपने अल्टीमेट स्ट्रेसेस तक जा सकें, ताकि ऐसा ना हो कि सिर्फ कंक्रीट फेल कर जाए और स्टील रह जाए, तो उसमें भी लॉस है क्योंकि हमारी स्टील अनयूटिलाइज्ड रह गई, और अगर सिर्फ स्टील फेल कर गई और कंक्रीट रह गया तो भी प्रॉब्लम है। इसीलिए ऐसा यूज करना चाहिए कि दोनों अपने मैक्सिमम स्ट्रेसेस तक जा सकें और दोनों अपनी ओवरऑल फुल स्ट्रेंथ को यूटिलाइज कर सकें फॉर द मोस्ट इकोनॉमिकल सेक्शन। So now next is assumption part. We'll assume ratio of overall depth to the breadth of beam as equal to 2. So this is overall depth, capital D, total depth, divided by breadth of the section. So D by 2 should be 2. Now we'll factor up the bending moment. Bending moment is 45, and by multiplying it by a factor of 1.5, we get 67.5 kilonewton meter. So this is our factored bending moment. So again, assumption part, let's say for under reinforcement section, moment of resistance is given by the formula mu is equals to 0.36 FCKB XM D minus 0.42 XM. And mild steel is Fe250 and FCK is 15. This is FCK, not Fy. From table, as I mentioned earlier, of the code Fy for 250, the value of XM is 0.53 D. So XM in terms of D is XM is equal to 0.53 D. Now finding the value of ultimate moment, and it is given by the formula 0.36 FCK B into X. So where X is this much, so we'll substitute the value here Bx, which is 0.53 D, and this is Z, this is which is lever arm, and which comes out to be D minus 0.42 X, which is 0.53 D. And the moment, ultimate moment comes out to be 2.22 PD square. As we assume small, capital D upon small b is 2, and capital D is almost equal to effective depth if we neglect the cover, which is very small in dimension, say up to 30, 35, 40 mm only. So which means effective depth, that is small d upon b, should also be almost equal to 2, or by transposing the values we can see b will be almost equal to d upon 2. So b is half of d. Putting all these value in first equation, that is this equation, so mu is 0.22. Putting the value of b as d by 2 from here, it is d by 2 and d square as it is. Mu is given by 1.11 d cube. Putting the value of mu here, ultimate moment, which is the factored moment, which we got by multiplying 45 by 1.5, and it is 67.5 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 6, which is equal to 1.11 d cube. And by cube rooting this expression, we get d as 393.24 mm. And we know from the expression from our assumed value that B is D by 2. And because of this value of D, B automatically comes out to be 196.6, and we can approximate it for conservative side as 200 mm. And the section that can be considered, that can be adopted is D came out to be 450 mm, B came out to be 250 mm. All these values have been increased on conservative side. So I have also written a note here that it can be considered lesser. So you can consider capital D as 420, small d as 390, or small b as 200 itself. But for safer approach and conservative approach, I have increased the value and taken it this way. After designing the section, the next job is to find the area of steel. And area of steel, this formula is given in the code, as we have been using this formula in previous lectures as well, which says area of steel is given by ultimate moment divided by 0.87 yield stress of steel multiplied by Z. And this expression is xm into d. Mu we know from here 0.87 Fy as it is. The value of Fy is 250 because it is given as mild steel. D is taken as common from here, small d, and its value is 415. So it is left with 1 only, 0.42 as it is, and xm value is 0.53 from the table for Fe 250. So area of steel comes out to be 962 mm square. Now checking for minimum area of steel. Minimum area of steel is given by this formula, 0.85 BD upon Fy. 0.85 is as it is, and putting the values of BD and Fy here, we get it as 353 mm square. And we have just found out that the area of steel that we are providing is 962 mm, and the minimum required is 353 mm. What we are providing is greater than what is required at minimum level. Hence, our section is okay. So we'll provide, let's say, 2 bars of 20 mm dia and 1 bar of 22 mm dia. And this gives our expression as this value. For 2 bars of 20 mm dia, AST is this, area of steel is this. For 1 bar of 20 mm dia, area of steel is this, 6.28 plus 3.8, and which is 10 into 10.08 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 4 mm square. This is the area of steel which we have provided. So our section will look like this. This is 250, small b, overall depth is 450. This is 415 effective depth. The cover is 35. Area of steel is this way, 2 bars of 20 mm dia, 2 bars of 20 mm dia, and 1 bar of 22 mm dia. These 3 sections. So 2 bars and 1 bar, total 3 bars. So I hope you guys are clear with the topic taught in today's class. If in case there is any query or any doubt, feel free to mail me at the given email address, which you all know is present at the end of this video. Till then, have a great time and we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you. I hope you guys could understand and correlate the topics taught in today's session. If there is any query or subject matter issue, feel free to mail me at the given email ID. Live discussion sessions could also be used for discussion of doubts. Thank you.